What's up everyone, my name is Josh and this is Josh Unboxed, and welcome back to another video. And no intro or anything like that, I'm just going to jump right into it. Today's topic, I just want to talk about parallel cards, whether it's numbered parallels, non-numbered parallels, short printed, and how the sports card market is starting to evolve and focus more on rarity and scarcity. And what better way to focus on rarity and scarcity than with these numbered parallels or super short print cards. And in a sense, it's just basically finding value in these cards. Like with thousands of base cards out there, it's easy to kind of focus on the parallels, the rare parallels. And I've seen this shift. I've seen content creators talk about numbered cards, rare cards, people posting Instagram posts about the difference between one parallel and another parallel and their price points, and how is the market evolving? Is the market getting smarter buying into numbered parallels? But here's the thing, in terms of my opinion on this. Yes, numbered parallels bring a level of scarcity. There's a finite number of that particular card. And then when you get it graded, if it grades a PSA 10, there's even less, because not all of those cards will grade PSA 10. Not all 149 select white prisms concourse of one player is going to grade a 10. You're going to have a few 10s, you're going to have a few 9s, a few 8s even for that matter. So in terms of scarcity, yes, it's there. But like I said, in my opinion, it's hard to get behind this when there's just so many parallels out there. But I get it though. I get the level of scarcity of the cards. Like I said, there's a finite amount of it. If there's only 149 white select prisms out there, there's only 149 white select prisms out there. So the demand will be there if people want that card. But I always like to look at the big picture kind of thing. And in terms of the big picture, when one product is throwing out like 30 different parallels, right? To me, it's kind of like, I guess, waters down the product, regardless of the numbering of the parallels. So there's so many different types of parallels. You got your cracked ice, red ice, blue ice, tiger stripe, peacock, zebra, genesis, galactic, white prisms, blue prisms, maroon prisms, white scope, white dazzle, white sparkle, yellow, gold. There's so many different parallels out there that sometimes it's easy to get lost in it. And just because a card is numbered doesn't always mean there's always a demand for that particular card. There's plenty of examples out there of cards that are numbered, which there's not as much demand as there is on there. There's certain sets, like I think in the early Donruss sets of the Panini era in basketball, they have like these scoring leader cards that are numbered based off of their points per game average and such like that. You can look these up. There's like certain cards that have a numbering system that's kind of awkward, kind of odd, especially with Donruss, but there's not really that high of demand for those cards. So while I do get the level of scarcity with numbered parallels, there should be a different approach when focusing on those types of cards. I mean, for myself, what I tend to do is I tend to focus on the parallels that I like, the ones that I feel have some great eye appeal. I mean, I buy my fair share of parallels. I mean, I love, zebra prints. There's a Paul George zebra print card. The gold parallels, the gold prisms, gold refractors are tried and true. A lot of people love them. Parallels or numbered cards that match a team's jersey, a team's color, people love those too. I'm a big fan of white prism cards, white select, because I think they look hot. And you also get these nice purple refractors as well. Numbered cards, right? They're all numbered. Well, aside from the zebra, which is super short print. But my focus, when I tend to focus on rare parallels or numbered cards, is just basically just focusing on the sets that I like, the sets that I think look great, that have nice eye appeal. Because if I tend to like a particular look of a card, chances are there's going to be a lot of people that like the look of a card. There's a varying difference of opinion on how a card looks. There's people that really like the hyper prism look, and there's people who think the hyper prisms are ugly. So those people who think they're ugly, they're not really going to buy into those cards, whereas the people who think they look great will buy into it. So it really just depends on your particular taste, on your particular eye appeal, on what you think has eye appeal. So I think when you're focusing on numbered parallels, right, or you're focusing on different types of short prints, try to focus on the ones that you like, right? And just because a card is numbered, if you don't like the look of the card, then why go into it? You know, just because it's numbered out of 15, just because it's numbered out of 25. This is just the way I look at things and the way I kind of navigate through it. It all goes back to the whole concept of collecting what you like. You know, I get the idea of rare, and yes, rarity does sometimes drive the market, because if you know, it's a very, very rare card out there and there's set collectors or player collectors, they're going to want that card and they'll do whatever it takes within their means to be able to buy that card. So that will definitely drive up the price. But you know, as you're trying to navigate through this crazy sports card market, I tend to just focus on parallels that I think are cool, or that I really like. I mean, refractors, prisms, selects, the hollows, you know, just the plain ones are tried and true. A lot of people like those cards, right? So you can't really go wrong with this. Sure, they're not going to have the same value as a numbered card, but people still gravitate towards those because they like them. And when I focus on other parallels, I tend to focus on certain things like team colors or white prisms or zebras or any of that sort. Gold, because you know, gold usually has a high demand for it. But yeah, when I focus on parallel cards, that's what I tend to do. Because if you think about it, when I collected in the 90s, the whole parallel concept was new. You know, the numbered parallel concept with like the rave cards, the precious metal gems, the legacy Flair legacy collection, you know, those types of things were very, very new. And then the three-tiered parallel system within inserts, like the Flair Ultra Star set, where it came in 3 different parallels: a base paper parallel, there's an all foil one, and an acetate one. You know, and they're seated at different rates per pack. As you go into the more rare versions, they're even harder to pull. You know, it all harkens back to that. And most of the times, those cards are based off of design and what they look like, and you know, buying what you like, collecting what you like, and cards that just look cool. So I'm using that same concept from the 90s to focus on current ultra modern parallels, because you know, there's just so many of them out there. Like, it's easy to get lost amongst the parallels, and getting lost in just buying a numbered card for the sake that it's a numbered card. Usually my thought process has always been to focus on the ones that you like. That's pretty much it. I mean, in my head, you know, this is what makes sense to me. Obviously, you guys collect what you like. You know, whether you agree or disagree with my thoughts or opinions, that's perfectly fine, because you buy what you like, right? And that's the way everybody works. Everybody operates. Everyone buys what they like. Everyone should buy what they like, instead of rather than following the herd mentality. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys found some value in this, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And with that being said, my name is Josh, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.